All right, everyone, and we are back. Thank you so much for your patience. I know it can be a little frustrating when DBD decides to DB don't, but it happens. We've all been there, and now we are officially loaded in on Demonic versus Bombom. Bombom first killing with Thibbit on Nurse. We see them scouting out the area. They've got some kind of a hex totem. If you had to make a guess as to what that was, Rue, what would you say?
I'm gonna guess Ruin, considering you don't bring dying, or what is it? You don't bring Devour Hope, because what you gonna do with Devour Hope? And I think the survivors are probably well aware that it's gonna be Ruin in just a second, since they are spreading out to the nines, getting on Jet. Yeah, it's Ruin. It's Ruin. Who in their right mind would think of something else, right?
Honestly, I have seen Ruin so this season has been the season of Ruin. I feel like
Ruin made a
it
comeback.
was
Yeah.
so it wasn't like, oh,
Bye bye Ruin. They
and
saw it. They
just
knew what was
like
happening.
that. Honestly, a smart play, going and immediately getting rid of that totem, gonna save them a huge headache in the long run, even though they are sacrificing a little bit of time at the beginning to find that. It wasn't in a super well hidden spot for our Nurse, unfortunately. And now on to the David. Moving over to this jungle gym here. Pre-dropping that pallet, but of course that's not gonna stop Nurse.
No, why
Nurse
would it?
getting a good slap.
Also, we're just gonna glance over the fact that you said DBD to DB don't. Like, I've never heard that before, and I am shocked I haven't.
You know, I'm gonna coin that one. I like that one.
Yeah, it's a
came
good
up
one.
with it on the fly. We see that first gen popping. We also saw Renato. He had that beautiful golden bar, which means he was running some kind of speed perk, and it's probably deja vu. It's definitely deja vu. Another perk
everything
that
else
we've
is
been seeing
banned.
everywhere. You're
For
right.
sure.
So it's definitely deja vu.
Oh yeah, it's always deja vu. When you see the R of the gen, I'm sure there's some way to make that rhyme with amore, but you know, I'm not that talented, so.
One gen down, one survivor on hook, about to pop Shack gen as well. Someone is probably out there maybe rotating to try and get that David. And looks like that is the case. Adam gonna be making his way over. Center gen
Done.
already done.
Yeah, and they actually are going to be able to sneak past him.
That was some big brain stealthing by the Adam. Coming in, faking that unhook. He is going to get it, but it's going to be a trade. We take those, though, and immediately going to go for that tunnel to get the David out of the game. We wouldn't expect anything different.
Absolutely, and I think they actually might be able to get it. 12 seconds should be expiring momentarily, and obviously, person rotating in, it is an S tier. And also, most likely unbreakable would be my guess, so I imagine we'll see Adam get picked up momentarily, and there should be a third gen firing in just a moment. Renato finished their gen a while back, and yep, there you go, third gen firing as well.
Yeah, this is a really hard start for our killer. Demonic really showing us their stuff. Getting those gens done, splitting up, you know, staying out of line of fire. This is coming up on nearly an impossible situation for our Nurse, unfortunately. And I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, the survivors did a really great job of stealthing at the beginning and spreading out to get on those gens, and I feel like our Nurse hasn't yet been able to get a lot of pressure. They need something, a slug, anything to kind of force those survivors to get off gens.
So, one thing that's really interesting is that the Nurse definitely has no semblance of a 3-gen whatsoever, and they kind of realize that and say, hey, I can't actually camp this guy to death, I can't secure the death. Survivors have been so gen efficient so far that, yeah, 4th gen going down, as we saw, Ace almost finishing theirs, and now Renato being pushed off theirs. Adam did go in self-care and fix themselves up, and with this down, they are going to get a little bit back, but they're going to tuck David away. They're not going to see them for the next, you know, several hundred hours, and now with this hook, it's not going to help your dying light out any, but you are removing the survivor that doesn't have the penalty. So everybody else 6% slower, but I don't know if it's going to matter.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you said, they're gonna be sending David on a vacation to keep him out of the nurse's grasp. This is looking like
Mm-hmm.
it could definitely potentially be a 3-man out, if not a 4-man. Ace coming in, gonna take a little bit of distraction, wearing the most god-awful shirt in the game.
How dare you bite your tongue? Ooh.
That shirt is awful.
Very quick
I
tap,
mean,
though, on the ace.
yeah, that was a shorter chase than I would have anticipated, and probably than our survivors were hoping for. Looks like they're on a new gen, and it doesn't have a ton of progress. Maybe some wiggle room here for our nurse to kind of get back in it, but 2 survivors doubling up is not going to make it any easier.
Absolutely, and they will get quite a bit of progress on it. Nurse applying Eruption to the other side of the map, but they will be pushed away from this gen. She will be able to apply Eruption to it, but like you said, 4 survivors... Oh, well, it is the David. If they can get this David down ASAP, that does give the Nurse a genuine shot. Oh, but they missed
that would
They
be...
missed the blink.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of great pressure that they could get going. Oh! Oh! Not the blast mine.
Beautiful blast mine, giving the David a whole lot more distance and saying, yeah, you can play Eruption that, but you're going to be punished a little bit. Worth noting, Dying Light might actually be a little bit of a saving grace here, as the 9% slowdown could start adding up pretty quickly coming to these last bits of gens. We see Crow flying up, maybe David making their way back. I imagine it'd be Renato, though. I don't think you send the David over here. They did!
Oh, wow.
Opting
to go back
might lose in the game.
Yeah, check that gen rather than chasing the David. Interesting choice. I don't see any world in which not tunneling out the David is going to be beneficial. But you know, I'm not a competitive killer main, so. But you were.
Beautiful blink. Once upon a time, and again, if they can make this a very quick chase on Ace right here. Oh, great fake from the side. Dead hard.
Oh,
no! That dead hard might just win them the game.
That was insane. Really incredibly well done by our killer. Incredibly well done by our ace. Ace ultimately going down.
Yeah, the prediction and the eruption going off. I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop the generator, though. Yeah, it's not going to be enough, and that will be last gen finishing. And you might be right. This might be, at the very least, again, I don't think you come back in to greet the stages here. I think you get everyone out. You just, like, you accept it. Also, yeah, spectator bug. Love that for us. We will momentarily be teleported away. Yeah, this is still in the game. This has been in the game since custom games existed.
That sure is a, oh, jeez.
Yep. I told you it's going to teleport violently. And we get smokes on the side, too.
Coming in for this David, getting a nice hit. Another one.
Exegate not quite progressed.
No, and leaving David on the ground as a slug, using him for some pressure. It looks like Ace has gotten rescued and already has been reset.
Yeah, I think Renato's doing the reset here. Adam is the one they're going to hide on pain of death. They're not... Wait, no, Adam reset? I think that might be a mistake. You do not want to let Adam get hooked here. Adam is the fresh hook. If you get this survivor out, you are guaranteed a phenomenal spirit set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunate.
This is really, really rough. Just as we always say, things can change on a dime, and it's a game about making little mistakes, and this was a big mistake.
Yeah, I was about to say, that, to be fair, this is already a phenomenal result against a nurse, but if you had gotten Adam out here, that would have been like a nail in the coffin. That is a 9-point deficit that you create when you get a fresh survivor out. 6 points denied to the killer,
absolutely.
3 points award to the survivor, but regardless, I do believe the survivor has a little bit of a surprise.
That deliverance play, Ace coming in, taking a hit. Do they both make it out? Oh my gosh, they do!
4-man out, you called it. Wow. That's not what I would have expected in the slightest, honestly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of set number 1 of Demonic versus Bombom. We have Slamma Jamma Camma here on Spirit. What are you expecting from this, Rue?
I personally would have expected no wed, but, you know, Spirit can play how they want to play. I think you just play this very straightforward. You find a survivor, you tunnel the heck out of them, and it looks like they're immediately finding Ace, not the sprint burst user, and an early tag like this is going to spell disaster for the survivors, as this is a much stronger start than before. Not falling for the vault, though. Whoa, that Ace played that perfectly.
Yeah, really nicely done by the Ace. Gonna be running this back half of the map, it looks like. Pretty far away from all the gens that are being worked on. A little bit concerning. Oh! And just missing that hit. Phasing, gonna see if they can find... This Ace is playing really well.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job giving the Spirit a little bit of a run for it, but that will be one gen about to pop, one hook about to come into play. And yeah, I think the killer got a little bit of corrupt value, but yeah, honestly, they're firing away. I will say, I don't think it's enough that they can't. I think they can't camp this. I think they need to phase away, and they need to prevent these gens from firing.
Yeah, I agree. It's also worth noting that our survivors have to get a 4-man out, and they have to get all 5 gens done. Obviously, you have to have one to do the other. So this is a really big ask for the survivors. Our killer has a much easier task here, but it's certainly not impossible to lose this.
So it's actually really funny. Technically, if the killer's 6-hook 2Ks, they still lose. And it's because you get 12 points for killing those survivors, but the survivors get 16 points. So they actually do need to go around and fresh hook some people, but yeah. It's a bit of a weird situation because there's so many fresh outs, and Eruption proccing as well. Ace getting tunneled out of their mind here. And also, this Ace doesn't have the decisive dead hard that the previous one did.
There is another gen going. These survivors not wasting any time. They are cranking these gens out. Also worth noting, like you mentioned earlier, there is Rancor at play, so coming into endgame, that will definitely play a part. Dropping that flashbang, or that firecracker, not able to get the blind.
That was so good, though. So, okay, so here's the thing. With firecrackers, you're not always going for the blind here, so it's the sound effect notification and the fact that the killer has to look away that distracts them from actually completing the chase properly. So they balance landing away, throw the firecracker, Spirit has to divert themselves to be to keep from getting blinded and more, disoriented. And this Toledo is going to town.
Yeah, Toledo knows all the strats.
Hook trade coming in, and we saw...
Yeah, they are going to get that trade, though. And that is going to be a fresh hook on the Toledo.
But look at the gens. That's 4 gens done. We saw Nia with most progress on hers. And then it turns out Adam also working away on theirs. These survivors are almost done with the game. They have had so much gen efficiency, it's not even funny.
Yeah, this is kind of wild, actually. They have just been cranking away at those gens in the background. Gonna try... Oh, Toledo has gotten up, but it's going to be going back to try and get that slug pressure again. Because here's the thing. If you can get a good slug, this can turn around for our killer.
Absolutely. What's also really crazy to me about this is the gens... Like, not only did the survivors complete 4 gens... Not really sure what that was about. Yeah, the gens are split.
Yeah, this is not great. There's not really a good 3-gen to be protecting here. Our Spirit's going to have to be moving and grooving and making their way across the map multiple times. However, we do see that their obsession is still in the game. And again, they do have Rancor.
That is an interesting find. So now if they complete the generator, but this survivor goes down, they can worry real quick and then still possibly make it across the map to prevent someone from getting out of the door. But... That still said, again, it's like you said, there is nothing even remotely resembling a 3-gen. And Adam going down to the corner, that means that Nia's only soloing this gen. They're not actually, the Toledo was actually working on healing herself and resetting. And they're leaving him slugged in the corner. Yeah, Spirit very much worried, but if they had saw that she had healed, they would know that this gen isn't going to fire soon. This is an interesting predicament.
Yeah, I agree. This is...
Now you get Eruption.
I thought we were about to see like a very quick end to this game, but I think that is potentially not going to be the case here. Both sides having to work really hard to get their objectives done. Adam got picked up in the back.
Wow,
And
she was
is getting
scared the whole
reset
time.
by the Talita. Yeah, this
Spirit barely
Nia.
missed Nia. That's crazy.
This Nia knows what's up. Spirit going to be making their way back. Of course, Adam has been fully reset at this point, so she knows that there's at least one person still over here, probably two. Saw some scratch marks.
Yeah,
Finding
both of
the
them in
Adam
the same
again.
spot.
And at this point, so if you're the Spirit at this point, are you kind of hoping for that last gen to go?
I don't know. I think you want to get this down.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh!
That might be huge. If there's no adrenaline to play right here, having her injured and able to go for the Adam, that is a massive turnaround.
Oh, boy. Wow. Really nicely done by our Spirit. Very, very well played.
Oh, look at that fixated value, getting her well away from the gem without leaving scratch marks.
I was about to say, Nia just motoring. Fixated, honestly?
That's huge.
OP.
Fixated's really good. It's I think it's banned against a lot of killers for this exact reason.
Yeah.
But since a lot of these S tier killers have some good mobility and just appear out of nowhere, giving the survivors a little bit of a way to sneak away is actually really good. And Adam, once again, like you said, getting reset while Nia's hanging out here. Spirit is mad. She's like, okay, this survivor's here somewhere. Where are you? And she's forced to peel off once again.
At some point, I feel like you gotta... Oh.
Phasing back to try and catch her off guard, but Nia's not going to fall for it.
I don't know.
This is
at this
insane.
Point, does it make sense for our Spirit to just be over here looking for the survivor they can't find? I mean, because they've lost all the pressure they had on the Adam and the Talita at this point.
I think their thought process is if they can get a tag on this survivor and then go for Adam in the end game, they know that they're going to be working on these gens together. No, they're splitting the gens still, and Adam's in the... Yeah, they're keeping Adam in the pocket. Because they're like, yeah, if you want Adam, you're going to have to go all the way across the map to get that boy. Oh my goodness, these survivors are playing ruthlessly.
Yeah, this is intense. Our killer doing everything they can. Oh my gosh! No shot!
My word.
I get caught there every time. If that's me,
Oh yeah.
No way.
Nia even like, come on.
Not the beckoning. Ugh. Talita making good progress on that gen at the back. With the Adam. This is getting so dicey.
Oh my goodness, this is so tense.
Does she go back? No,
she does, but she's going to try and cut them off preemptively.
Yeah.
Not preemptive enough. Flying eruption once again, but man, this is tough. Talita with the balanced landing still. This is a brutal setup.
This is really, really tough. I thought we were about to see like a massive turnaround from our Spirit. I still think it's possible. I still believe. But my God, these survivors are not making it easy for her. Not in the least.
True.
Question is she going to be able to get this Talita down quickly?
They do go down. Eruption saving the day. As we saw, this gen was really close. And to be fair, it still might be. Now the question is, can you find Adam and kill them?
Yeah. Man, the eruption value in this match has been...
Already on the exit gate. Can they get there in time and kill them? If they can get there, kill them, that means that Talita's on the hook. They can't get her off the hook without, healing and getting chased down. Where did Adam go? Did Adam stay over here? Which side did he walk to?
The question is, did Adam study at the school of Nia creeping around? Because if so...
With Durban?
Oh my God.
This is disgusting.
This is dirty, man. I feel unclean. We're all gonna have to shower after this. This is so rough.
Wait, Talita has second wind.
Oh.
And Spirit went to the wrong direction.
No.
There's no way the survivors pull this out.
Oh my gosh.
They find Talita, but she's not the survivor. You can't afford to hook her and kill her. Now, I might have tagged her so she's not fresh.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, they are
Adam just
hiding
chilling
Adam.
behind a rock. They all know.
is
They
gonna
know
get the
exactly
exit.
what's up.
Yeah, they do. They know the mission. Hide Adam at all costs. Adam making their way to the exit gate. Does Spirit's none the wiser?
Oh my
Can Spirit
God.
catch them? That's the big question. Can
Girls,
Spirit
get
catch
over
them?
there, man. The gate is open. Go to the open gate. Come on, bud.
No, he gets out.
No way. No way.
Oh, that's so brutal.
Oh. All right, friends. We are back with set number 2 of Demonic versus Bombom. Once again, we have Demonic on Killer. This time it's Juggernaut playing Nurse. The question we're all asking is, are Bombom going to give us a repeat performance of that incredible Survivor gameplay? Someone already on a totem.
Was that a totem or a fire barrel?
No,
they
that was
didn't
a totem.
hear
I
it.
heard.
Yeah.
I heard that left side. I am really surprised that they didn't hear that. That was interesting. That was a loud, crackly sound of a survivor breaking a totem.
That's
Nurse
wild.
getting a very quick first down, but I think it's safe to say that that totem was ruined. And just like the beginning of our other Nurse match, that is now going to be gone for the rest of this one.
Absolutely. It looks like Nia's going to be setting up for the rescue potentially. Curious if the Nurse is going to look around here. They are.
And I have to imagine that in the middle, in the in between time of these sets, the killers were talking about how they gotta pay attention to that Nia. They gotta find that Nia, because that Nia was putting in a lot of work in that last set.
They absolutely were. Also worth noting, Ace disappearing a little bit, but not enough, as that was lucky break to hide their scratch marks. Still hiding their scratch marks. Oh my goodness. They could have actually swung for that and hit it, because they didn't blink through it like they think they meant to.
And there's that firecracker, just like you were saying, forcing the Nurse to break line of sight, but ultimately going to get another swift down here.
No decisive strike either to be met.
Yeah, Ace going to be returning to that hook. They have 1 gen, 2 gens about to go, though, which is very good for our Survivor side. Nurse knows where most people are, though at this point, Nea has some good progress on that gen up on the saloon. At this point, are we going for the rescue on the Ace, or are we splitting up and doing gens?
That's a fair question. It's hard to say. So the 3-gen still exists on this side, and the Nurse hooked back into the 3-gen pretty heavily, which is going to be a bit of a difficult situation for them to get out of. I think you try and get the 4th-gen done, but I don't know how I feel about going to the endgame 4 with 1 gen remaining at the 3v1 here. I think you might try to go for the rescue, especially because you're still working on the gens. If there was 1 more gen, you might let Ace die, but it's not 2 gens left. So
yeah,
looks like they are going to be coming in for the rescue.
There goes that 3rd gen. Nia taking a tag here is going to get the rescue, but that is going to be a trade. Going to be leaving the Nia slugged, though, and pursuing this Ace, trying to get them out, because a 3v1 is a lot different than a 4v1. Much more manageable.
Also worth noting, they were able to get the interrupt on the blink, so they actually were able to swing a little bit early, it looks like, which made it a trade. Oh, no! They're both getting stuck on rocks.
Ace getting a little bit of distance there.
Good attempt at
Coming
double
in
back.
with a swift smack on that Ace. Nia is up and running, though. Talita on an additional gen, and we heard 1 gen over here that Adam was working on that had pretty good progress, it sounded like. Just like that, Ace is going to be sent back to the campfire via the entity. That is 1 survivor down, 3 gens down. I feel like this is fairly evenly matched at this point. I think it could go either way. Our
It's
nurse.
gonna be difficult. There's the 3-gen here on the other side of the building. It wouldn't be as great of a 3-gen for some other killers, but because Nurse can literally just blink through the building to the other side, this is a pretty devastating 3-gen. And by extension, technically this is not too far of a 4-gen. They are gonna come up here to apply Eruption. Here's my issue. We saw Bombom do a really good job on Survivor earlier, so I imagine they might be able to get one more gen done. I think this is looking to be 4K1. I have no idea how you hold this against a nurse.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dead Dog is just such a strong map for Nurse, which is, again, one of the reasons why you mentioned that you were so surprised to see Bombom running Nurse not on Dead Dog when they had the opportunity.
Right.
So, you know, this Nurse is going to be able to keep a lot of pressure. Like you said, it is a 3-gen, but it is kind of also a 4-gen. You know, getting up to that saloon is not going to be that tricky. I don't know. If they can get one more done, I think that's huge for them at this point.
Agreed. And we do see them splitting up on the generators. Not able to get the tag on Adam. They really needed to get that tag just so they could start the slow progress of getting hit and run incremental value, but not able to get it. And Toledo working their way to the edge of the map. Looks like it's fixated, so possibly sprint burst. Yeah, sprint bursting away. And I'm going to switch perspective because I can't stand the floaty thing on Nurse's head.
Oh, yeah, that's incredibly frustrating. I'm glad that you made that decision. I hate when cosmetics get in the way of what you're doing. That was a very quick down on that Toledo. Nicely done by our killer.
It's just the spectators against you, unfortunately.
Gonna be leaving her slugged and coming back over to these gens. Making their way over towards this Adam. If they can get a hit here, that's going to be huge for her.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they're already in a great position because they've got... No one is on gens, presumably, at this point.
No, Nia was on it the whole time, so they are able to finish that fourth one. But that's the thing. How do you get the last gen done now? And I don't know the answer to that. Looks like they are going to rotate their way over to get the pickup, but honestly, Nurse might be able to interrupt this.
It's going to be close. Oh?
I believe they should be on Toledo. Yeah, they are on Toledo. Again, that bad man's last breath making it undetectable to survivors, so they have to look back to see it. I think Toledo's just going to force the pick here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Doing a great job of wasting a little bit of time, but like you said, this is just because of her mobility. This is almost an impossible situation to get out of.
Mm-hmm. They did break the harder 3-gen, though. Nia actually stuck the gen that is closer to the middle, so they did split it a little bit. So they did something that I didn't think was possible or that they would try to attempt to, but it actually might work out in their favor. With that said, though, the hook is in the middle of everything, which makes the unhook absolutely awful to try and go for. But yeah, honestly, again, Bombom coming out and showing something that I wasn't expecting here and holding their composure, slowly pulling things back. Again, this is the first hook since the 3v1 started.
Yeah, Bombom has been playing incredibly well today. Like you said, they're kind of just taking their time and playing really patiently, but it's working for them so well.
Iframes. That might be the momentum swing they need to. We see the survivor on the generator. Adam is going to be pushed off of it as they are about to call it out. But with the overcome, jumping in to try and get the unhook last second, I think we can infer that Nia might be the deli player, which, if that is true, is amazing. Reset. Toledo actually resetting herself. She jumped in a walker.
Wow. Toledo coming through with that inner strength. They are playing incredibly well. This is going to be a lot harder for our killer than we thought. Even though she is in such a strong position, these survivors are playing so incredibly smart.
Absolutely. And yeah, Toledo can just sit on this gen with no problem in the world because Nurse has to commit to something, and as soon as she does, Nia Deliverances goes across the map. The fixated value. The sprint burst value. No, okay, not sprint burst. There's the deli though. There's the deli.
Yep, almost the sprint burst value, but it still might be enough time. Wow.
Maybe.
Now we're in a bit of a pickle again. Oh my God, this gen's almost done. You're kidding.
The distance? They commit this. They 100% commit this.
Oh my
Finishing
God.
5
They
gens
get
here
this.
is huge.
They get this. They get this.
Not only do they get 5 gens,
Wow.
they get someone out potentially. That's 2 people that have to be chased. If Adam can avoid their first hit, they do. They hit the stun.
Oh my God. Bombom playing out of their flippin' minds, just absolutely wrecking shop on Dead Dog. Oh,
he's even forcing
my gosh.
the pick. What an absolute. They're not content.
Flabbergasted.
They're not content. They're like, yeah, no, you're not getting out of it that easy. We're gonna go. I think they slug everybody here. I think they go for the slug.
I agree.
My goodness.
I think they kind of have to.
They can't. I guess they can't. But that's the thing. Like, I think this gives Nia enough time to go for an exit gate potentially.
Absolutely.
Nurse, however, going back to the hook on the exit gate. Do they make this? No, they don't.
I don't think so. They do not.
Dropped it.
And
That's
now
gonna...
they've. Oh my God.
And then she's healing as well, forcing the pick again. She got the heal off. And
wow.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm fresh hook, but guess what? We're getting outs against you, and that gives our Oni a huge shot.
This is bananas. This is just wild. The fact that they've been able to come back this hard and just like, I don't know, man, putting a nurse in her place on Dead Dog is a pretty big accomplishment.
This is going to be even more tough. Look at the exit gates.
Yeah,
the exit gates are literally on the same wall.
Yeah, they're not stellar. RNG not on their side here, but honestly, we've seen them pull out some crazy stuff today. It wouldn't surprise me if they can still get someone out.
True. Also worth noting, Talita has only been hooked once, so if she does bleed out, she's worth less points here by 1. Not to mention, also, they get the unhook, and if they stick this, I think they actually get the exit gate open. Adam's going to be left to do the exit gate. Nia's still fresh. They're going to be picking people back and forth. This is absolutely amazing coordination and macro from Bombom, leaving Talita in the corner far away from the exit gate, which means Adam can work on the exit gate in present. So even if they do get the server down, hook them again, Talita's all the way across the map bleeding out right now, which means you can pick her up last second.
Yeah, the cat and mouse on this is wild. Oh my gosh. And this
They're
door,
on the exit gate.
She makes it.
She absolutely does. She's going to get out.
No way.
But that also means with one survivor on the ground still, one of them's going to bleed out, which is going to deny a point potentially. Yeah, Nurse has to find Talita now.
Wait, and that Nia...
Nia got it with 2 stages.
That Nia was the obsession.
Unbreakable.
That was the Rancor.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I will say, at least the instant down doesn't apply to Nurse's M2, but yeah. You're absolutely correct. That would have been able to get Mori'd, but survivors hit it. Oh my goodness. Oh, they find the survivor last second? Nurse able to secure some last second points. That is going to be 3 points to the Nurse instead of 2. Which honestly, for something like this, you need as many points as you can get.
This has been a wild game. No matter how the rest of this turns out, Bombom has shown that they are incredibly good at Survivor. Their communication skills are insane. Like you said, the macro gameplay just off the charts. Really, really well done.
Absolutely. Nurse checking the exit gate, expecting Adam to have crawled there, but I think Adam would just be happy to crawl and bleed out. Again, once again, it would be 1 point denied to the Nurse total. Instead of 3 points, it'd be 2. Now Nurse has to go back, check the hatch. I don't think they're going to go for hatch, though. I think they literally just want to bleed out here.
I think you're right. I think they're just going for a bleed out. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, they don't have to do anything other than that. I think that's going to be big for them. They have set themselves up in an incredible position for this Oni game that we are going to be seeing next on Dead Dog. Oh,
true.
Finding the Adam.
And they find Adam. Yep.
Unfortunate for Bombom, but still, what a showing.
I say,
anytime
unfortunate
you
for
don't.
Bombom, they did great.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, you know, still, they would have liked the bleed out, so I can say unfortunate.
Okay, fine. I'm just thinking like they're like 3v1 with 2 gens left. I'm like, okay, they might be able to get 1 gen done. They get 1 gen done. Well, they actually split the gens here, and then they start playing the macro game to like S tier macro, and I'm like, wait, are they actually? There's just, my goodness, what a game.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the thrilling conclusion of set number 2 of Demonic versus Bombom. We have Bombom on Killer. They are going to be playing the Oni, and I can only imagine how tense this match is going to be.
You're lucky I didn't just mute you for that joke. I'm kidding.
No, this is why the people love me, Rue. This is why they keep me here. This is why they keep asking for me to come back. It's for my Oni
I thought
jokes.
it was because you had great personality, not the jokes.
No, it's the poodle, actually. Let's be real.
Okay, that's pretty
it's
based.
the appearance of the poodle. Making their way through the map here. I know, right? It is. It's unfortunate. Got someone up on that Janet Gallows. Everyone's stealthing around, kind of waiting for this corrupt to be up. Taking a look, it looks like our killer has a pretty decent 3-gen. Oh! David maybe potentially just giving himself away. But that sprint burst coming in clutch. They do make that pallet. So yeah, Shack pallet going down. And of course, the name of the game with Oni, friends, is try not to get hit early. That's the best thing that Demonic can do right now, is avoid an early hit and start feeding to prevent them from starting to feed our Oni's power here. Here's somebody up on that dead dog, Jen.
See the sword? That was our reactions last game.
Yes. Yes, that is so accurate, actually. You guys couldn't see it, but Rue could see my reactions, and I was, like, losing my mind the whole time.
Absolutely, and I think the killer's also kind of losing their mind here, because 2 minutes spent, no real gen progress. They got one pallet out of the way at, Shack, and no hits, no nothing. Oni's power actually a quarter of the way filled passively so far. Yeah,
that's kind of a yikes, but there's always time to make it happen here. A little bit of a tough start, like you said, but honestly, like I said, Bombom's been playing out of their mind today so far, so I wouldn't put it past them to, make something happen here. Moving back into this field? Is it a field? I don't know that I'd say it's a field. This
dead zone.
Outcrop?
Let's call it a dead zone.
Dead zone. This dead zone with one pallet gonna finally get that first hit, and now the game is afoot, friends.
Absolutely. Cheeky pallet.
Oh, unfortunate, taking that pallet right to the face. I think the pallet over here is still up. Adam doing everything he can to buy some time.
Oh.
Going down, but that pallet is going to be out of the way.
That's a really unfortunate hit for Demonic. That I don't know if that should have connected, but that is the way it goes. And a gen about to finish unless a pain res stops it.
Wow.
99 gen set back by 20. And power
pain
in hand. Both
coming...
these gens about to pop, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Pain res doing its work here.
Woo.
And now our Oni is motoring. 2 gens going, though. That is going to be tough. And I believe... Isn't there another one out there that also has pretty good progress?
Not that I'm aware. Yeah, you're right.
There was. Oh, my gosh. 3 gens down, only 1 hook. This is really tough. This is a very, very hard start. What would you be doing at this point, Rue? How are you combating this if you are our Oni?
Well, I was going to say I don't know if I would have popped my power then, but worked out in the end. They do find Jake because on Dead Dog, because it's so easy to hide. If survivors here, you pop the power and you use it to try and transport yourself. It's not actually going to do that much because they can just hide it out. But they do actually find somebody and they're going towards the basement. I don't know what you can do for the Oni at the moment. There's no semblance of a 3 gen. They have it like this kind of like blocky 4 gen, but the Nurse had a similar structure too, but their power has been completely reset.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this. It takes 8 minutes for the killer to passively regain their power. And they can't fully get it. They still have to get a blood orb. They still have to get a blood orb to finish it off. But yeah, it takes 8 minutes. That's why it was crazy. Oni had 3 minutes without taking a hit, so they had a good chunk of their power actually already ready to go.
That's so much time. Honestly,
Yes, it
these
is.
survivors are doing such a good job of denying Oni that power. They are doing so well, stealthing around, playing it really, really safe, doing everything they can to just get those gens done cleanly. But that hit is going to hurt them. Looks like Jake has been unhooked from the basement. Oni's still going to pursue this David, hoping for a quick down and a hook here.
Oh, I think they got stuck there. They didn't get it over the pallet, and that's going to be a down. Now, the question is, reset coming in, not a lot of gen progress. Survivors are definitely slow into a crawl here, and if Oni can get a hook inside the gen area, they'll be sitting pretty, but not just yet. Yeah, that's way far away from the generators.
Yeah, and this is kind of where, like we said, the Oni is going to be able to make some more progress because now they've got these orbs. They have their power. They can make some big moves, but it's not going to be easy because there's only 2 gens left. They are going to have to play really, really well for the rest of this game in order to make it happen.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is that Oni does have a snowball potential like we always talk about, but it's so much harder on a map where survivors can stealth out so much, and so trying to figure out what they need to pressure at the moment is going to be a bit difficult. Looks like they have a line of sight on somebody. Looks like it's going to be Adam. Reset happening in the back of the map. After the hit that I saw earlier, I would not have tried to stun that.
Yeah, that was wild.
Ooh.
Hopping into that locker. We see... Oh!
No.
We see...
He did get the proper head on!
He didn't do it! He didn't do the head on! I was sitting here waiting for that to happen! Wow!
That is incredibly unfortunate, and probably going to be another... Nope, not a pain res this time. He has hooked every single survivor. This is like the antithesis... Like, this is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do in a comp killer. They are hooking everybody once. This is what the nice pub killers do in my games. Which, I don't know if it's going to come back to bite them or not. I don't know.
It's me. Hi. I'm the nice pub killer. It's me.
Okay, T-Swift. I mean, get it? Because T...
Hey!
Sorry.
I do get it. You're funny.
Look at that
Sometimes
power
you're really
coming
funny.
back, though. Thank you. Power back in hand, though. Quite literally.
Yeah, lots of yummy blood to be sucking up here. Yummy blood? Did I want to say that? I don't know that I did. But you know what? Those are the words that came out of my mouth.
It's now forever.
It is. It certainly is. Oh!
As is that bruise on the forehead of the Oni as that Palisade comes in. But Oni, very righteously furious, will be popping power. Mind game coming in. Do they win it? Where did Jake go? Actually, no, seriously, where did Jake go?
No, where is he? Is he in a bush?
No, he was around the corner. Oh my goodness, the mind games. Jake doing the Lord's work here, but will go down eventually. Eruption popping all across the map. Will they go for the hook? They will.
That was a good read by the Oni there at the end. Looks like we don't have a ton of progress. I think we have... Wow.
About 40%
I thought
on
Gallows
two
Gen would be
gens.
so much further.
I would too, and Oni able to rotate around, check out this area, get some more blood. I don't know if it's enough for a power-up. No, they're going to need to get an M1.
Yeah, there was some more over here by where they were chasing the Jake initially. But, you know, you kind of have to go out of your way to get it. Is it really worth going for, or do you just go straight to gens and pursue other people? You know what I mean?
Very true. Looks like Tap will be able to bounce landing away. Oni not even going to bother applying Eruption. Wants to go for this hit. There is the unhook. Looks like they have second wind. They needed a hit right
Oni
now.
Oni here going for that quick down. They are going to get a tag here, and now they do have their power. This could be a big turning point for our killer here. If they can get another quick down. Survivor's playing incredibly well.
Yeah, they need to find Jake. They need to find Jake and get them out of the game ASAP. And unfortunately, Survivor might have been working on a gen this whole time. This might be 4th gen about to fall for the killer. Yeah, Demonic able to finish another one.
Wow. No, no, no. Oh, that's so
That's
tough.
crazy.
They were so close to being able to get over there, but Survivor's just managing to get that done. But a quick down on the David. Are they going to go for pickup? Are they going to pursue? No, they are not.
Yeah, 5th gen, they have to try. This has to be the snowball here. Oh, they lost the 50-50. And now, Adam going to waste time. I imagine he's going to force the pick here. Exactly. Force the pick. Let the Survivors get their escapes. All Survivors need is to get Tap and Jake out. They need this hook. This is so close. David's crawling towards the exit gate. They actually are going to get the outs. They're going to force that 3.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. It looks like we are going to be in for a tiebreaker set, friends. One of our favorite things here at CodeIff. I am super excited. Both of these teams have been playing so well today. It's been so close.
It really was, and the score reflects it too. The Survivors only won by...
All right, everybody. It is all down to this. It is for all of the beans. We are in set 3 of Demonic v Bombom. Both of these teams have shown up and shown out today, and I expect nothing less from this Blight Mirror matchup on Orman. Immediately, our killer Thibbet finding the ace. Going to be looking for a very quick down here to get things rolling. Ace doing a great job of utilizing the terrain that they have, but they are going to take that tag. Moving their way back towards Shaq. Bonky Boy doing the calculations in his head.
Oh!
And
that worked out better than I expected.
Ace just walking right up to him. I didn't think he was going to get that one, but...
Yeah, they kind of slid off, unfortunately, and... Yeah, we see Ruin and Dying Light taking effect on this gen, and that's a very early down. These Survivors have virtually no pressure at the moment.
Yeah, this is a very strong start for our Blight. Split up and get on gens. That is what they are going to be doing. They're content to just let Ace hang out for a little bit. Adam down in basement.
The Deliverance player usually hides out, and given that that is a surefire way to guarantee, the killer does not see you in the slightest. I imagine that is the Deli player.
I would be willing to guess that you are right. Gosh, Blight Collision is wild. Kind of a fake out going for this David. On the only gen that has any kind of semblance of progress, unfortunately. These Survivors are immediately in a really tough position.
They really are. However, not going for the tunnel, just going straight for the... Yeah, once again, splitting the pressure a little bit. We see the totem inside. Survivor's going to be forced off of this generator once again.
We know that totem is definitely going to have been called out.
Absolutely.
So I expect we'll see that go down somewhat quickly. Potentially, if they find that they have the time for it. And honestly, Thibbet not giving them much time at all.
True. Reset coming in on David just as Tap takes a tag.
Doing a really good job getting these hits, but he has got to get someone on a hook.
Absolutely. Surprising that there's no Brutal Strength in the game, as that is a very popular one on Blight. But again, that Dying Light Ruin... Oh, that was so well played by the Tap, denying the bounce on the window. Tempting V1 tech, but not able to get it. So they finally go down.
Went Ruin. Ruin is now out of the game. Gonna make our Survivors' lives so much easier. That Tap, after an excellent little run, gonna be going on a hook. Ace almost done with Shaq Gen. That's gonna be helpful for them, obviously. And our
they don't actually rush to Shaq.
Making their way.
Interesting.
No, I wonder if they assume that that's just gone and they want to protect this one more.
They might also have a 3-gen back here that they want to hold on to.
Yeah, I think they do.
Tag.
They actually kind of have a loose 4-gen if you
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
fair.
kind of have a 4-gen back here.
Well, for
Wow,
Ormond's
this back
sake,
half of the map is so empty.
Yeah, especially for Ormond. Yeah, that is definitely a monster
Wow.
3-gen, especially for Ormond. But yeah, there's like we said, a little bit of a loose 4-gen, especially considering Ormond how wide it is.
Yeah, and our killer is taking advantage of this.
I'm not gonna lie, I was
down.
kind of hoping that David would stand in the doorway and force Blight off the edge.
Oh, that would have been
been
funny.
That would have been a like 5D chess level play, but not gonna happen. So I was cleansing totems, working on Gen, but again, the Gen pressure that the survivors are exerting right now is not what I would have expected, especially given how they played last game.
Yeah, the killer is really kind of able to dictate how this is all going right now.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around back here in comp corner, not seeing anybody, but knows that someone is still around here. They're going to be doing a thorough search before they move on. Again, they have this really strong 3-gen back here, and they want to keep it. Immediately going to cut off
so
David.
good.
Really nicely done. Just got to wait out that borrowed time.
And they do.
No.
That is brutal.
Yeah, no one able to come in to take a hit, unfortunately.
No decisive either.
Wow.
We see that R on the Gen, though. They're working on it. Oh, Blight instinctively looking over when they hear that's like, there's no way that Gen got done. No, it didn't. I'd be sweating it too. Unfortunate skill check. Wait, hold on. Faking out, going right back. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a Blight enjoyer. I love the flick there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was so close. Oh! Again, so close. Tap coming in. Gonna get that rescue, but is gonna potentially and probably go down for it.
Mm-hmm.
Blight, I think, gonna be going right back after that. David absolutely gonna be leaving that slug on the ground for that additional pressure. Hoping to get another quick down on this David. That pre-drop pallet buying him just a little bit of extra time there.
Indeed. Yeah, if they hadn't had that second bump, they might have been able to get the hit, but not going to happen.
Oh.
Looks like main building Gen, I think, just finished.
I was about to say, where did that Gen... No, it wasn't.
They actually finished off a 3-Gen.
Oh my gosh. That is potentially really big. They still have a very strong setup back there, but but they've just given themselves a huge leg up against this killer. And unfortunately, they are sliding across obstacles, being pushed to the side of the map they really don't want to be chasing on right now.
Ooh, they could force a dead hard out, though.
These two are just... They're like Tweedledum and Tweedledee back here, keeping our killer busy. Oh, really nice job on that hit. David going down. I think that is third. Is that third hook on our David?
That is third hook. But with that said, it is the obsession. Dying Light's about to exit the game, and so all those stacks for nothing. And they will finish the fourth generator.
Really nicely done. Hey, Rue, the David's out of the game. That was his third hook. What does that mean? Where is he going?
David's Burgers. We're not sponsored, by the way.
No, you're supposed to say the thing that you say. I'm setting you up. Where's the knockdown?
For failure, like this ace at the TNL.
Wow! Rue, that was aggressive and rude. You take that back.
I take nothing back, as does the Blight. The Blight takes nothing back. The Blight only takes away. Survivors having gotten reset on Adam. Tap still not, though. Center Gen being worked on 50%, but Eruption being applied to it. Like I said, there's still... This is not the worst Gen setup for the Blight. They've got it all on one side of the map. They can apply Eruption. You've got a hook in the middle of it all.
Yeah, if they can get this tap ace out quickly, that would be huge for them. That would put them in a really good spot.
Absolutely. Unhook coming in. Blight immediately rushing back, said, that's my ace, and getting a tag into the borrow time. Not going immediately for the tunnel out. They actually want to... Yeah, they want to check and see where that survivor is.
Now
But where
looking
did
around
Ace
for
go?
that ace. I don't know, but I don't know that you have the time to be fooling around this far away from your 3-gen.
Ooh, attempting to fake, but Light is going to get distance, and yeah, you cannot commit to that. Also,
No, you've got
now
to stay
tap
down here.
resetting.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit dicey. Our survivors, once again, showing all day that they can play the game. They are making smart choices here, and they are taking what felt like a little bit of an impossible task and making it seem possible.
Absolutely. However, another tag coming in. Ace needs to get reset. And once again, this is the double fatigue bug. It's very frustrating, but if you can get this down, and once again, it represents a hook in the back of your map. And the sprint burst! No! That's incredible.
Really well done. Oh, that's pain. Can they get this at him quickly? They can, but is it going to be enough? That center gen has been getting worked on this whole time. Oh, it's not nearly as far as I would have thought, though, to be honest.
It is being doubled, though. Was being doubled.
Survivors gotta go for that pickup.
They do. Looks like they will be going for it.
Oh, but
they actually get it.
No way.
I bet you that's unbreakable. That has to be unbreakable, and there's no way you get picked up that quickly. That's incredible for the survivors. Resetting the pressure again. Ace able to go back to the generator, and now they will go for the hook.
Ace back on that center gen. Adam going to be joining him. Not Adam, Tap, sorry. Tap gonna be joining him.
Oh, that 7% skill check is the worst.
I am leaning forward in my seat right now. I am like, this is just so tense.
Yeah, and that is the unbreakable deli player too. Look.
Oh my god, this is so back and forth. This is anybody's game at this point. Everyone has it all to win here.
Absolutely. You want to know the real kicker here, though, T?
What?
So, while every survivor is now injured, Killer's going to try and hold it to 4K1. It gets really dicey because it's going to be a mirror on Ormond. And it's because set 1 was won by 7 points in favor of Bombom. Set 2 was won by Demonic by 7 points, which means the tiebreaker,
oh my God.
if it's a 4K1 on both sides, it's a tie straight across the board. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember if we have the 1v1 as the ultimate tiebreaker, or we say, well, you should have killed each other better. You tied. Congrats. Are you happy with yourselves?
Oh my god, but wait, I kind of want to see the 1v1 with these teams.
How cool for sure. I would absolutely love that.
This is so intense. So this is about as tied as you can get. This is like...
It is so tied, yeah.
This is incredible.
Okay, you gotta stop bouncing on there, buddy.
He's doing his best. Bonky Boy's trying so hard here. He's still got a lot of work to do to make this happen, but he's doing a great job of keeping these gens from popping. Catching a glimpse of the ace over in this area, heading back over to the Weenie Hunt Jr. gen.
So here's the unfortunate thing about the scenario for the survivors is that, or I guess for the killer, is that normally this kind of attrition where the survivors are starting to have a point where they can't reset, they're having to push the gens, would be finite or infinite, so they would eventually lose. But because of the gen regression that system behavior implemented, the killer can only afford to spread this pressure out for so long before that gen becomes permanently blocked, and suddenly the tide is no longer infinite. You have a finite amount of kicks before you lose all that pressure.
That is so true. Kind of a double-edged sword. Very helpful for survivors in that way, but very, very difficult for killers.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to force the end of this game to come one way or another. The question is, can our killer get a 4K? I really think they can do it. Like it's like on the tip of their tongue. You know what I mean? It's right there.
It's right there. I'm waiting.
I don't have anything else. I'm focused.
I know, right? Finally, another survivor going out, though.
You haven't said the line. Will you please say the line?
The line?
The line you say whenever a survivor dies. It's like one of my favorite things that you say. You're so mean. Why are you like... What?
Because
I don't
ultimately,
know if I can say that on
it's
stream.
not
Never mind.
it's not my tagline.
Yeah, but it's so good when you say it.
Oh, okay. I'm. This is getting very bizarre. At Ace,
Anyway.
there's 2 minutes left in the game. Both these survivors have been
Gonna
hooked
be
once.
going for this ace here at Shack. My guess, they're going to be looking to get a slug and then go for the other because they do not want to risk anyone getting hatch in this match.
Absolutely. 1 point off is a life death.
Yeah, it cannot be a hatch match, friends.
Oh, they left. The blight is self-cleaning and or magical. Zooming across the maps, no one in sight. I'm not going to lie, the survivors have played this so tight.
Yeah, this is kind of wild. We see the weird little bar thing starting to form on that gen. Only so many more kicks it can take.
Absolutely, and that is going... Eventually, again, it's a 2v1. I do not expect a gen to be done at this point. But... Oh, but we see Ace again running back to the... Oh, I think they expected a flare.
I don't know, Rue. I've been watching both these teams today, and they've pulled out some wild stuff. So honestly,
it's
I
a
wouldn't put it
2v1
past
on
them.
Blight.
Hey,
There's
man.
no way.
Hey,
There's
man.
no way.
Hey, man. You know what? I've been made the fool of like 3 times today. I am just covering my bases. A really, really nice hit.
That's
and
sweet.
that is gonna be the game.
That was such a sweet hit, though. Can we appreciate that? They were on the second floor, waited the perfect amount of fatigue to drop down, and then got the final rush to hit. That was incredible. Sorry, I'm geeking out a little bit here.
No, it was great. This is it. The task is now set. Bombom coming away with a 4K at 1 gen remaining. They are now going to have it all to do on the survivor side. Demonic going to have to put in an excellent showing. All right, friends, this is it. For the past 2 hours, you all have been watching some insanely strong Dead by Daylight gameplay, particularly some wild survivor gameplay from both teams. And it is all down to this Garrafa here on Blight on this mirror matchup. Rue, how do you think it's going to end?
I honestly could not tell you. I will say that Demonic Survivor Squad last game did really phenomenally. And honestly, Bombom's Blight did what they could to bring it back and make sure the final gen didn't complete. But now, we've seen Bombom's Survivor Squad go absolutely ham, so I'd be sweating about this Blight, but that's a fantastic start to the game right there. Leaving him slugged on the ground saying, no, I want more.
What a strong start. Always a little bit of a risk, but this Blight is going to be playing aggressively. They want to win, and they want to win handily.
There's no way that didn't hit. That is insane.
Yeah, that was tough.
Using light to make even more distance around the loop. Bloodlust 1 coming in. And they will take the first tag. I imagine Adam right now getting reset entirely. Yeah, they just did not want to hook Adam first. They said, no, I want a separate survivor.
Interesting. Given...
Yo, the tech! But I think they go down to the window. Yep.
Wow, really well done. We did
working on the gen nearby.
That familiar crackle and pop sizzle of ruin on that gen. Survivor's going to be looking out for that totem. Oh my gosh, making massive progress. Adam, they opt not to reset. And looks like Adam took care of himself one way or another.
Indeed. Also worth noting is that Blight did the best move here. Nia's gonna finish that gen, but they hooked right next to the gen that Toledo was on, which means that she's gonna be interrupted, and they get to pressure both survivors at the same time. Hook coming in. Oh, this is Wait, they're gonna let the trade happen? Okay, I'm about to say, you go for the tunnel here, right? There's no way you don't.
Yeah, no, opting definitely to go for this ace.
Oh, if they had hit that.
Such a close swing. But Ace just narrowly able to escape death, making his way over here into this jungle gym. Is this a jungle gym, technically? It's a weird structure.
It feels like a junk tile almost. It feels like junk tile 2.0. But, oh my goodness, Ace doing a phenomenal job. The looping.
My gosh.
Wasting so much time. Yeah, Talita and Adam going to be doubling up on their own gen. Decisive.
Really nicely done.
Oh, man, that is huge for the survivors.
And we also see the Ace running around with these firecrackers in hand, potentially going to be able to make something happen with that.
Good
in the meantime,
night.
Just wasting all of the time in the world.
This survivor is doing the Lord's work, keeping this Blight to themselves. Oh my goodness. Blight getting stuck. They were going for the vacuum tech, but it didn't work. Nia 70% on their gen.
Wild.
Goodness.
These survivors are playing out of their minds as they have all day. Bombom showing what they have. More gens have progress out there. One is very close. This killer, who initially had so much pressure right away at the beginning, struggling a little bit to keep hold of that because survivors are just doing such a good job here.
True.
Already
Also,
coming through
worth
with
noting,
that rescue.
Yeah, looking at, oh my, never mind. I was gonna say, hey, look at that, look at those two gens with the ruin back there, and then they cleanse it, and then they reset the survivor. Yeah, no, this Blight is in a horrible spot.
Oh my god, this is really bad for our killer. Garafa is in a really, really hard position. They have lost all of the pressure that they had. That reset just now and ruin going down was tragic for them.
It really is, and survivor will be going to the corner for Death Hook. And they finished the third generator in the corner, not the main building one at all. Blight happy to take the 3v1 here, but the survivor is about to finish the fourth generator.
Oh my god.
We're in like a mirror position. It's about to be a 3v1 at one gen remaining.
This is so good. This is such a great match. This is just the perfect match to cap off what has been an evening of really, really tight matches.
Now, you know what the difference between this and the last one is?
What?
This killer has no semblance of a 3-gen. Look at, there's one gen at each corner of the map.
Oh my word.
This is a nightmare scenario.
I don't know how they hold on to this.
Have? I have
Didn't
no
sound
idea
like there
either.
was much, if any.
No, it doesn't.
I don't hear anything, but Adam pulling our Blight down here, taking a little bit of time away. Being a good little distraction to Talita and Talita and Adam are both on this gen down here now.
Yeah, that's huge.
Blight making his way back across the map. If Nia can entertain him for just a little bit. This gen with some decent progress as well.
They need to be careful. Yeah, Nia's gonna, like you said, they're gonna tease them a little bit. Say, hey, don't you want to chase this survivor? And Blight will take it, but they have to take this tag and they have to leave now. They have to leave. Yeah, Blight knows it too.
And they know. They know exactly what they have to do. Oh, man, waiting for their power to come back.
This is what I love. Look at the survivors. They're not going to rush it. They're going to be patient. They know that they have the upper hand here. Blight's going to come back. They're going to apply Eruption to the gen. But I don't think that, Blight should know and recognize that there's two survivors here because that's way more progress than one survivor should have at that point. But now Nia's going to be working way back there.
That's the thing.
And she has deja vu too, so she's going to be 6% faster.
Man, this is why it is so critical for killers oftentimes to keep that 3-gen. Because now, even though they have the speed, they have the mobility to get back and forth across the map, they're just in such a weak position because they've got two survivors on one gen, a deja vu survivor on the other. Either way, they're kind of screwed here.
Just a little bit. They do have Eruption, though.
This is going to be tough. Oh, no.
Really is. But the survivors haven't reset yet. All the charges and medkit. Oh, my goodness, barely whiffing.
Oh, my God, that was so close.
Nia.
Oh, my gosh. Nia about to come through as the hero of this game. They do have a pallet here to work with. The pre-drop and the swing. Oh, my gosh.
That's huge, though. They
Adam-
needed to get the down right at that moment, because this might give them enough time to stop the gen from firing. No, they
And
don't.
both
They don't
of
have the
those
rushes
gens-
involved.
No, both of these gens are ready to go. Talita is going to get off
Yup,
hers, but
Nias
Nias
wins.
is going to pop on the other side of the map, and that is 5 gens. Oh, my word.
Yeah,
What a
Talia even
game.
going to the basement to force the pick, saying, yep, we're going to get some outs. We're going to get this game done, and we are out.
Wow.
What a phenomenal game.
Oh, my gosh. Bombom coming through here. Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Adam crawling towards, but like, come on, you can crawl, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on, come on.
Oh my word. You know, when we were on break, I was saying that I really thought that this was going to be super close, but I thought that Bombom might be able to pull it out because they did such a fantastic job in their first set when they killed first and then were survivor. And I was right. They knew exactly what they needed to do, and they had absolutely no problems getting it done. They played out of their minds, but not just them. Demonic also played so well today. I feel as like there was so much good killer gameplay, but for once, I feel like it was the survivors that really shone all day on both teams. They played so well. They just did everything they needed to do. This was such a fun matchup. I'm so chuffed.
It really
was great.
Wait, does this survivor actually manage to get out? There's absolutely no way.
No way.
All right. Survivor should be dying momentarily, which if they die, that means that Hatch is going to spawn, so they have 2 different areas to go to.
No way.
Oh, they
No
held W.
way. No way.
The W for the Lord.
My God. Oh, crawl, Adam, crawl.
Oh my
my
goodness, that was so
God.
close.